I feel like today we're gonna lose a red shirt. I don't know that for a fact. I just feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Just like the red shirt will probably feel, what do I think? Spear? Okay, so the episodes are Friday's Child, which is about a Renaissance planet, and there's a pregnant lady who's important for some reason. Dr. McCoy's there. I don't really know the details, but it's a Ren fair. So I'm wondering if somebody's gonna get stabbed with a spear or something. Nice halberd. I don't know, but I feel like someone's gonna die. After that is The Deadly Years, which is about... Oh yeah, if you remember the episode from TNG with Dr. Pulaski, where everybody gets really old, it's just that episode. It's the same episode. But it's The Deadly Years, because it's old. They're gonna die of old age. It's deadly. And then Obsession, which is... I looked up the plot of Obsession on Wikipedia, and it seems to be about an evil cloud that Captain Kirk wants to take revenge on. And I'm not joking. That's literally what Wikipedia said. Like, there's a cloud that Captain Kirk regrets not destroying 11 years ago, and now he has his chance. Sure, whatever, why not? I'm sure it'll make sense in context.
Will it though? I don't know.
Well, maybe. Yeah, it's a different evil cloud. The last evil cloud was evil because it murdered one person. I feel like this evil cloud... Well, okay, my bet is it's not even an evil cloud. My guess it's one of those crystalline entity situations where, you know, a sperm whale consumes millions of cuttlefish as it roams the oceans. It is not evil. It is feeding. I bet it's not even evil.
Probably.
And the end of the episode's gonna be all about, I guess we shouldn't judge people by their appearance.
Right.
Should be good. Should be good. How's
Silly
the weather?
woke new Trek.
Gross.
Weather's... I'm not actually sure. I haven't really gone outside. It's been pretty cold, though.
Okay, good. Cold is good. It's, yeah, getting a little bit chillier here. It could be chillier. I mean, wait, are we technically... When does winter start? Does winter start in December?
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
But, like, morally, it starts earlier.
Yes. Morally, winter starts like mid-October.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many evil clouds there are in Star Trek in general. Because we've seen 2 in TOS so far. I feel like...
yeah, Voyager's got one.
I know there was at least one in TNG that, like, possessed Captain Picard. I feel like there was more, though. The Mutara Nebula is a big cloud with evil people in it. Yeah. Oh! The Scottish Space Ghost. He was sort of cloud-like in his natural state.
True.
He was like a gaseous form that merged with Beverly in the cabin.
Merged.
And Picard walked in on them, and it was really awkward. God, that episode's so good. It's perfect.
No notes.
There's really good attention to detail in that episode. It's just...
How do you mean?
There's so much foreshadowing, like, even before Ronan is introduced, he's, like, hanging out in the background, and the whole story's about her grandmother's diary, and you can actually read the diary in some shots, like, they actually wrote it out.
Oh, nice. Not bad.
Even though you clearly would not be able to read it in standard definition.
No.
What you could do, though, is press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Hopefully YouTube is working this week.
Oh,
I mean, it looks fine from my end, but it looked fine from my end last week too. Oh,
oops.
well, first note is something's weird with the color grading in this episode. It looks more washed out than usual.
Hmm.
God.
Yeah.
Yep, that's very convincing alien costuming.
Oh my.
I do like this center display. I like how it's everybody has
Oh.
their own screen on it.
Seems practical.
Large will they're medieval peasants, Spock. Come on. We live on a starship. Nobody's dying from a spear. Oh yeah, there is a Klingon. Right. I don't know what he does, but there is one.
Hmm. Traumatic.
Ah, it's the same set.
Yeah. Kirk's Rock.
Is that encampment? We saw it. We saw that same encampment last week, I think, for something. Or oh, that was where the snake people lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, and near the end they were chasing them past this rock. Yeah. Oh god. I was saying at the very start of the stream, I expect someone to die. Look at him. Look at Grant. Come on. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me just
Yeah.
22. Nailed it.
That
It was so obvious.
was painful. This is the season where the red shirts get their name, right?
Yes. Season 1, as we said, was pretty evenly distributed. All kinds of people were dying. Season 2, it's like 90% red shirts. It's that scene was the epitome of Captain Kirk, Mr. Sulu, Mr. Spock, and Ensign Ricky. He stood out
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. And he was so twitchy and afraid.
He should have been. He was right.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't really look fatal, though. I don't think
True.
that hit any major organs. It just sort of penetrated like a half-inch under his ribcage. He's probably fine.
Have you had to put the counter back down yet?
I don't... I think we did once. Someone... Well, I'm not sure.
Oh, new music.
Wow. Good job, Joseph Pevney. Capella 4, a rare pixelated surface.
It's this one.
Ah, okay, confirmed then.
Really, Klingon? Are you sure? Are you sure? It's just a dude. It's not a Klingon.
Yeah, they didn't even give him like the mustache or anything.
Okay, no, Mob is not my favorite character because he knows the situation. He's offered us things of value for our rocks. Yes, he gets it.
Yeah.
Oh, we should get some Ferengi in here. That'd be awesome. We have multiple episodes of negotiations where Frankie just show up. Why not here? Well, because they haven't been invented yet. But why not here?
Right.
Are they highly dangerous? I'm just not convinced that this society is any threat to us. We have guns. Oh, this is just about Kirk being racist against Klingons again. Okay. Just saying that Klingons are inherently evil, so anyone who associates with Klingons is also evil. Got it.
Ooh, it's
Seriously,
certainly
look at the
dropped in
color
policy.
grading. Why is it? I don't know if Klingon ships can cloak yet. Romulans can, a little bit.
No, not sure.
So it's not cloaked, probably.
The Romulans?
The Cardassians. The Ferengi again. The Borg. Apologizing in my Star Trek?
Mm.
Real men don't apologize. Is this getting woke again?
Yeah.
Oh, Pretty Woman's in
No,
that
no, it's
situation
not.
now.
Are we getting the Vaseline out?
It's not getting woke again.
Yeah.
Was it really a gesture of friendship? I mean, you were forced to give up your weapons. At Shuriken Point. What?
Mm, mm,
Oh, come on, take the fruit.
mm.
You can take him. Come on. They've probably never even heard of the Hammer Fist. You could defeat him so easily. Okay, here's my prediction. At the end of the episode, it's going to be revealed that it's actually a daughter, and this primitive medieval society is going to have to learn to cope with that. It's like, oh no, it turns out love. I don't know. Also, it's just occurring to me this is a Prime Directive violation. But whatever. It's fine.
Have they established the Prime Directive yet?
I don't remember. It's a good question. What do they offer? Oh, medical supplies. Okay. Fair. Okay, so I assume the Klingons are offering them like disruptors, straight up. Oh, is this the establishment of the Prime Directive? No, not exactly.
Yeah. Non-Conquest is a pretty weak version of the Prime Directive.
Oh no, it's okay. They're okay being conquered. They're into it. Wait, he's sitting again. He was standing in that shot. So now we're doing a medieval civil war. Okay. Did we establish why we want their rocks? Is this like a dilithium planet?
It's probably dilithium considering the Klingons want it as well.
No, they said something else, some other fancy thing. I don't remember.
Let me Google it. TOS Friday's Child. It's topoline.
Right.
So it looks like the only other reference to topoline is an What's happening? I was reading about topoline. Now the people are fighting.
They're trying to take over the ruling of.
Is this the Civil War
probably.
again?
Yeah.
Okay. The Civil War. That didn't even function. You lose your disruptor? What kind of Klingon are you? Okay. So the Klingons' plan feels like it's to install Ma'ab as a puppet leader. Also, I forgot to blur the screen. It's blurred now. And do more of like a subtle conquest. He is altering the deal.
Pray he does not alter it any further.
Also, the Earthmen must wear these furry sashes. They have altered the deal. Are we going to war again? Wait, no, we can't go to war because the energy people said no. The Organians. Rude. Yes, kill her. Do it. Oh, come on. Kirk barely even tried. He only hit him with one fist at a time. But she's not the wife of a Tier anymore.
Yeah,
She's just some
that would
rando.
be my argument. There's a reason why she was still died, as she wasn't. The tear was dead, and so she had to die. So kid doesn't come in.
No, don't believe him. It's a ploy. It's trying to draw you away from the planet. No, he's already prepared. He laid it in. What do you mean prepare? Well, that's... Yeah, it must be really urgent, because you can't go to warp inside a solar system. Are they crazy?
No, play devil's advocate. This is tier where so things get overwritten, but yeah, like they
That
do
gets
all of these things
overwritten
that
in the
people say
show.
they
It's
can't.
introduced in that rule.
Yeah.
In the pilot episode, they made a bloody space station go to warp in a solar system. Well, we could have sent down another landing party, right? Beam down another security team to look for him. Some Makos, maybe. I still think Federation ships should have Makos.
Seems like a good idea. Yeah.
Oh, but if they kept the Makos, we wouldn't have Star Trek Beyond. That whole movie hinged on getting rid of them.
Mm.
Wait, what was the idea? I was thinking about Makos.
They can only kill him once for touching her.
So now they can do what they want. Nice. Spock, do you want to help? No? Okay. Okay, good. Good, she's on side. Maybe don't give her a sword, though. What is... What exactly is he doing? I do wonder sometimes what people in ye olden days just did with their time. Because, like, Maud there, he's just sort of sitting on a chair in front of the camera. He's not doing anything.
Here.
It feels like the old past would be super boring. Oh
Yeah.
god, Warp 2? Is this Los Angeles County? This
Mm.
looks suspiciously like the Los Angeles area. Is this the Vasquez Rocks? I mean, I assume so, but I can't get a good look at it. Is she sick or injured? She's just pregnant, Bones. She's fine. Oh, she broke her arm. Okay.
Yeah, her arm's up.
He
Oh
didn't
yeah,
use the
that's...
light that time.
Yeah. He just hit her in the arm, and she's fine.
But yes, this is indeed Vasquez Rocks.
Oh yeah. That wider shot we just got, oh yeah, that's so Vasquez. Nope, that's not how doctors work.
Yep.
That's definitely not how doctors work.
Very, old-fashioned, shall we say.
Yes, and she's
No, don't try to make
Yes.
Bones your Tier. No,
Oh
no, no.
man.
Get out of here. Yeah, she fell for him immediately as soon as he slapped her, but I guess that makes sense for this murder planet.
Yeah.
It's all these people do is kill each other and punch each other.
Still not a great look.
I'm trying really hard just to catch a glimpse of Los Angeles in the background. I know it's here somewhere. They're keeping the camera tilted down quite a lot, so we can't see the horizon. I'm also fascinated to see how this is going to look. Because, I mean, they can't plant explosives on the Vasquez rocks. What do they do? Is it going to be CG? Are they going to drop styrofoam from the top of the rock? Are they just going to annoy the Tier with a high-pitched noise?
There's gonna be rocks falling just over the top of it.
Yeah, this is feeling like styrofoam's happening. Oh god. No, they actually planted explosives on the Vasquez rock. You can't do that. Yeah,
Could they
there's
have
the
comped it in?
styrofoam. That didn't look comped. That
No, I didn't.
No, that would just have been a relatively small gas
also the
fan
color
filling
grading
immediately.
just changed mid-scene. What's with this
It would have
episode?
been a gas explosion thingy. No, actually, it's the 60s, so I'm not certain. But nowadays, it would definitely have been a mortar rocket, a mortar thing, a gas mortar.
Like, the Vasquez rocks are a major geological feature. I wouldn't think they would allow a film crew to plant any kind of explosive on them.
Hmm.
That clearly just went down his side, not into his
Don't worry
body
about
at all.
that.
Could it have been a different set
Maybe.
just for that one shot? It looked like it was the same set. But...
Well, I'm going to look around in the Memory Alpha page, see if it says anything there. Wait, they did try to call the ship, right? Because it's just occurring to me that they
Except
have
that the ship is out of
communicators.
range at the moment.
Okay, good.
But that's me making a assumption to a large extent.
Yeah, they should have tried, definitely.
I think it was somewhat implied, but it wasn't really focused on.
Seems odd, given that it's a major plot point. Yeah.
Spock, try
There's that
slapping
one.
her.
This is almost like Alice.
We should have a counter for things that the Doctor isn't.
Uh,
Well, he's not a bricklayer. He's not a psychologist. He's not a whatever he just said. An escalator.
Escalator.
They do have a counter. It's like one of the most famous tropes of the show. But
No, we don't have one.
right. But what I'm saying is the people often conflate with a damn it, Jim. And Mike, Cowtip and Mike once pointed out that he only says damn it, Jim once. That was in a movie. And
Yeah.
and the rest of the time we just be like, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, I'm not a lawyer. But
I mean, sort of like Scotty beat me up. Like no one actually says that on the show. It's just
Well, hang on. No. They
famous.
specifically do say Scotty beat me up.
Or is it not beat me up, Scotty? Or which?
Beat me up, Scotty is the one they don't.
Yeah. I think, like, it probably came from an SNL parody or something.
Or just people getting it wrong. I mean,
yeah.
Luke.
like, yes, exactly. I mean, same as
Like SNL.
do you
did a
feel
lot of
lucky,
parodies
punk?
of it, too.
As also never said.
But I remember.
Wait, hang on. Sulu just said, wouldn't they call for the nearest starship? They know it's the Enterprise. Come on. It's always the Enterprise is the nearest starship.
Yeah, to trouble, yeah. But I remember there was a really funny baseball cap that I almost bought when I was a kid. It said, "Beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life down here." It was meant to be a diss to everybody reading the hat.
I assume this cave set is the same one as the rock monster. It's too dark to tell for sure for me.
The Horda. The Horda.
Is he gonna cut it? What is he? Okay, sure. Why not?
I gotta say, they do a lot of good lighting on this show. Well, I mean, but yeah, I mean, because everything is really. You could see like there's multiple lights in the background lighting up the set, and then there's lights on each character. They often have a mirror on each character. Even when they're in the shuttlecraft and like the ship is crashing or whatever, they flash multicolored lights on them really good. Oh, this is the impregnation process. That is McCoy's baby.
Incorrect.
McCoy has a baby here, by the way. So that this is something
little
that nobody
weapon potential. No, we can just make that bamboo cannon again. We've got explosive rocks. For reasons we cannot explain, we are losing her. Roy's a very aggressive doctor. Keeps laying hands on people. No, we don't. He doesn't want it. McCoy, maybe you should try rephrasing instead of saying the same thing over again. Oh, now he's trying. So they actually hadn't tried before.
It might
Wow.
be trying again, theoretically, but yeah.
What if we put the baby down as bait and run away while they're distracted?
McCoy's very proud of himself. He goes, "Hey guys, check this out." This should have happened to Kirk, but for whatever reason, it happened to McCoy.
The show treats McCoy like he's incredibly attractive, and I'm guessing beauty standards just changed because I don't see it.
Handsome.
You're dissing DeForest Kelly.
I'm sure he was beautiful for the 60s.
I think you didn't have to have like supermodel looks to be in television back then. People were kind of used to. I mean, the women are all attractive, by the way. I don't think there's a single unattractive woman that comes through. But we never talk about McCoy's kid again.
It's a Star Trek tradition. People get family members, and then they're never brought up again. They don't matter. They cease to exist after the episode. Worf has like 3 different children.
Yeah.
So in other words, Alexander should count himself lucky he's not more neglected.
I mean, I think Picard and Beverly's son basically is another example of like, don't even worry about.
Alexander was best case scenario for Worf. He got to go live with his grandparents who actually liked him.
True.
They could make Rokeg blood pie. They were Russian. Wait, is Minsk in Russia? It's in Russia, right?
Belarus, I think.
Oh yeah, it's in Belarus. Okay.
Yeah.
They're Belarusian.
Chekhov is
okay,
most
that's cool.
definitely just messing with them with these jokes.
Yeah. He said everything's Russian, right?
Yeah, he's definitely just playing it
Belarus.
up.
That's a part of Russia.
Yeah, he has a thing where he insists that Russia's the best country. But I don't know if I mentioned this, but McCoy has a
Wow, she was a
haircut
terrible
that
wife.
resembles JFK, and Chekhov has the haircut that resembles the monkeys.
Chekhov is a haircut that resembles a mop.
That was all the rage in the 60s, Ryan. Please.
Was it?
All
It really was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Because the Beatles had it and the monkeys had it. So you were either cool or you were cool, but there
How
was
come
no
nobody else in Star Trek has the mop cut?
No, but we're talking about kids because like you're trying to appeal to teenagers. They even back then, like remember Chekhov season 2 edition. So they're like, come on, let's get some teenagers watching the show.
Oh, is she going to go sacrifice herself for her new husband, Doctor?
Ryan, I'm telling you, you would have been cool with the mop in the 60s.
I would not be cool with a mop.
I would have looked equally ridiculous, but I don't know.
I would not have had a mop.
No,
I
no,
would
no, no.
refuse.
I think you would have had a mop, and I think
I don't think I would have.
I think all three.
Has
of
anyone
us
ever
would-
had a blonde haired mop? Is that a
We're
thing?
saying it, but you don't understand. Like the pressure to conform is like ridiculous, especially back then.
Well, you can conform all you want. I'm going to keep my buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my hair flopping around. I specifically keep it short enough that it doesn't require any maintenance at all, other than washing. Doesn't need to be
Pretty
combed.
sensible.
The thing is, though,
It doesn't flop around in the wind.
Like in the 90s, ponchos were like a big thing. So everybody was wearing ponchos.
What?
At one point. Yeah.
I think you're making that up. I don't think that's true.
Yeah. I remember the 90s pretty well. Torn jeans, yes.
Right. That too.
Ponchos,
How about
I don't remember a single poncho on TNG.
bootcut jeans was. But Star Trek is really formal. It has like the scientific and intellectual class. I'm just talking about, people. Star
I
Trek
don't
didn't even
remember a single poncho in Deep Space Nine.
what I'm saying is that like you didn't have yo-yos in Star Trek, and yo-yos happen a fad every couple of years. So
Do it. Shoot him. Step over it. Come on, you can take him. Is it closing? It looks like it's a static image.
so
Temporary
what if
commander.
McCoy doesn't even name the baby because he knows he's gonna abandon it.
It doesn't matter. It's the baby.
The miracle baby.
Actually, the baby is called Grogu.
Yeah.
Are you just playing chicken with a starship? Just go around. Come on.
No one
You're
did
in
it better
space.
than Kirk in the last episode with the Andorian, fake Andorian thing. He was like the king of psyching them out. Like Kirk is the strategist, clearly. This is the same set as the Gorn. Well, outdoor shooting location.
It's the Vasquez Rocks. It's always the Vasquez Rocks.
So it's been there for 50 years in Star Trek.
One day I need to make a pilgrimage to these rocks.
Yeah, I think we should. Go. Oh man! By the way, their costumes are so ridiculous. But when I'm looking at it from a lens of, okay, is this futuristic enough for the
No,
1960s?
the answer is no. It's not.
I think it's pretty fabulous in the sense that it's like fantasy.
The Tier's wearing the corner of a rug.
And look, his blonde hair is
Everyone
sticking
else
out.
has pink and blue fur.
Like their hats are
It's
all
not even
over.
fur, it's polyester.
The guys look like Teletubbies in the back with their big guts.
They're gonna break out in a musical number. Yes, kill her. Do it. They also died. Yes, they fell off a cliff into a ravine where you will never find them. And then they disintegrated.
These guys are Klingons, right? Yeah.
No,
That one
just the
guy is a
one.
Klingon.
And we don't know how to say Klingons in this episode.
Some of them do.
It's Klingon. Hey, something Star Trek never
That's
explained
not true. She's not the wife of a Tier. She's a rando now. Come on. Very good shot for such a wobbly arrow.
I like their boomerangs.
I mean, he used to be a warrior of the Empire. And then he took an arrow. He literally took an arrow in the knee. Come on.
They were so perfect with their boomerangs before, but now they can't hit. By the way, it's really hard to
Stop
fashion
finding
a bow.
explosives on the Vasquez Rocks.
Did you know that I learned this, that in professional tournaments, most archers will have something that automatically releases the arrow from the quiver, because most people don't have the presence to just hit the target that
Did you know
accurately.
that in most archery tournaments, the person with the phaser wins?
You can be a terrible shot with the phaser, though.
Which shouldn't be possible. Why
Right.
doesn't it auto-target? Come on. It's the future. You could totally target.
There's your.
There's the auto target. Well, I guess it's a straight line. That's just how it works.
He's a Klingon, Mr. Spock. He deserves to die. What was... Did you hear that? That was dubbed over.
Oh, really?
The word weapons was put in post, and it... Why?
So no one's gonna catch her on the lie that she said she killed the Earthmen while they slept.
Everybody on this frickin' planet has a two-syllable name for... Two-syllable, four-letter name. Yeah, dude, I don't know what you expected.
Yeah.
Oh no, they killed him and his stunt double. I don't know why they put a stunt double there, though. He just fell on the ground.
It's hard ground. Didn't want to mess up his pants.
So this is a metaphor for Vietnam, right? The
But
Klingons army?
that's what he was intended on doing. Is that he gave up his life so that one of his men could kill the guy.
So as a distraction?
Yeah.
Seems like the are other ways of
The
distracting someone.
People jump.
You've gotten here like 2 minutes earlier, Scotty.
McCoy's busy making babies while the Klingons are arming the planet.
Shoot it. Kill it. No, I don't like Bones doing that. No, Bones, stop it.
Stop.
Bones, go back to slapping people. So, Uhura?
No, there is an actual separate linguistics department on the Enterprise.
You can't. Oh man.
We did it. Oh wait, no, it's not over. I thought we were cutting to credits. Never mind.
So this is a metaphor for the Cold War because both the Soviet Union and the United States are trying to get as many countries on their side as possible. So the whole question was, does Vietnam go communist or capitalist? Does Korea go communist or capitalist? Does Greece go communist or capitalist?
Okay, now we did it. So, what is the next episode about again? The Deadly Years. Oh yeah, that's
When they all grow
everybody
old
gets old.
and almost, yeah.
So it's the same episode as TNG with Dr. Pulaski.
TNG copies a lot of stories.
Did it happen in DS9 once as well?
Yes, except that time it was just in Bashir's mind.
Okay.
He wasn't really growing old. It was just a telepathic assault.
Didn't they really like coming up with excuses for putting on the old makeup?
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see. I mean, I know I put it in the thumbnail, but I want to see everybody else's old person makeup because in TNG in the 90s, it was awful. And I want to see how much worse it
Yeah.
is here. TNG did not know how to do old person makeup. It was fun. We'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And if anyone else wants to make fun of the old person makeup, there is a link to Discord in the description. And is she gonna die? The really short lady? God, how short is she? It's just like 4 or 5? Person's tiny.
Mm.
She's also in the background though, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna die. Or if she does, it's not gonna be through murder. It might be through the aging effect.
Oh yeah.
I think she's gonna die because the way she walked off was like to her death.
She is the only person on this away team who's not a main character, which is bad news
That
for
is
her.
Oh yeah,
always.
yeah. Your odds are not great, ma'am.
Yeah,
You
she's
should've-
gonna be the first person to get the old person
Yeah.
effect, and
Oh right. She's the
it's gonna be the
patient
crux
zero.
of the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's likely the red shirt, even if not literally so.
I feel like they're not gonna kill her though. I think she's gonna get old
Possibly.
but survive.
Mauve shirt.
This is the first full dead body that Chekhov has seen.
Hmm. Well, it's never a pretty sight.
That Chekhov has seen?
Yeah.
I mean, he's so horrified, like he's never seen a dead body before.
He sees dead bodies all the time in Russia.
Yeah.
He's old, Jim. Well, he looks happy to see them.
I
At
do
least he's having a
declare.
great time. Oh no, are they twaining?
This
That's not louder. "37, I'm not old."
Yeah.
My God. So in TNG, what caused it was like super antibodies that were like breaking down people's cells, and that turned them old.
Mm-hmm.
I assume here it's going to be a virus.
You know, I learned something really interesting about aging from the University of California YouTube channel. It was that basically they found this one thing in our cells that basically cooks over 100 years or so, and when you have it in newborns, it's almost white, but it becomes like darker and more, like when you sear a steak or something, it becomes browner and browner and browner. So it just browns out, and that's the wear and
Yeah,
tear.
once people turn to a nice golden brown color, you know they're done.
Yeah. So I mean, you're a 98-degree oven for like 100 years of your life.
I don't think
So
that's how aging works. It doesn't sound right that we just cook ourselves to old.
but the thing is though, okay, even if I'm wrong though, right? If we can find a biological solution to aging, I think we're right on the cusp of that discovery. Where, like, I think like one of my Sam Harris, a philosopher from California, he said, "What if you're out of shape if you can't run a marathon at age 200?" That'll be our new definition if we can just get our bodies biologically hacked.
Well, let me know when you find the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone, whichever you prefer.
No, anyway.
I'm holding out for Metal Body version.
But
Metal corrodes.
Better metal. Duranium.
you can.
Duranium body. Wait,
yeah.
didn't... Is it that the red shirt that died last episode? No, that's a different guy. Okay.
Endocrinology.
Hormones and such.
Yeah, and bile ducts.
Why is it that Captain Kirk seems amused by the situation?
Because he's not old
Did he
yet.
just have a smirk on his face kind of half
He-
the time?
No, he thinks he's gonna be young and handsome forever, and he doesn't know what he's gonna turn into.
Yeah, have you seen Bill Shatner these days? He,
100-year-old person in space.
God, how old is Shatner? He's 90 something, right?
Yeah, like 91 or 2.
Okay. But he is
92, it says. March
He's at his-
1931. God.
he knows he's hot, and he knows he's a great actor. So he's just
Shatner? I
What
would
is
say
something-
no to both of those things.
he's a very
I think-
cocky man.
I think we're talking 60s Shatner.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this guy on the screen right now. He is smoking, and he's
Is he?
I mean, look how he's
I
commanding.
mean, Nimoy is the one who got to be the sex symbol of the show, which annoyed Shatner to no end.
Including in modern Star Trek, every time people time travel. 90s Star Trek and modern Star Trek. People go back in time, meet Spock, is like, oh my god, I had no idea. Every time.
I have to be professional, right?
Keep it 100% profesh. Yeah.
Yeah. It still feels weird to me, this voice that all the women in the show put on. This really soft-spoken,
Raspy.
it doesn't sound real.
I think it's like a Marilyn Monroe thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly the name I was gonna suggest. It was the thing at the time.
Or Zsa Zsa Gabor too, like certain actresses, it's like very soft spoken, but it's like,
Is that a section of carpet in the communicator?
I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeMille. Very dainty voice.
Oh, he's a
No.
Commodore. He's not a...
Red shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Why is he not in gold?
It's in glass, I think. Or plastic.
Okay, so the Commodore is gonna die.
That counts as an away team death, right?
Only... Well... No, because he didn't beam down to the planet.
Alright, it was Scotty.
Oh yeah, see, you can see it on her face. She's the first person to catch the old.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I really love how the actress who played T'Pol did her grandmother like twice. I think she did an old version of her, and she did her grandmother.
Phrasing.
Thank you. That was her
Bill,
name.
put your shirt on. Come on.
Mm,
Bill, you pulled it out of the drawer. You're not even gonna wear it.
We got shirtless Shatner last week too, with the nipple makeup.
He's feeling old too.
Oh my god, yeah, the back is the first thing to go. I'm 37 years old now. That's then the knees. Ugh.
Pretty sure you're still supposed to have a decent back at 37.
Okay, my back is good.
Yeah.
My knees busted.
Pretty sure you're still supposed to have decent knees at 37.
Yeah.
Everything's I'm starting to have soft tissue injuries that I'm not healing from.
Everybody, make sure to do some exercise.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna
Keep
say.
everything maintained.
Yeah, please. Because I'm telling you, even after 37
Ooh,
years, there's a lot of wear and tear.
they're putting some nice gray in everybody's hair. Kirk, you can see the gray, right?
He just said the Dre in Midway's hair.
Mm.
Is he getting crankier in his old age? Is that?
And can McCoy get crankier?
Would
I mean,
we
he
ever
was
notice?
very, very cranky in TNG.
Kirk becomes so forgetful. Like
Dude.
he wants the yeoman to sign him the papers again. It's like, you just signed it, Captain. It's like, why would I be asking for it if I just signed it? Oh my god, I probably got that. I'm gonna need Tylenol every day.
You know, Bones, I think as he ages, he doesn't get crankier so much as he just gets more southern. Also, this is
James,
classic old person makeup. They just sprayed that. Like, remember
Halloween.
in the pilot of TNG when they freeze some people
Yeah,
by spraying them with a fire extinguisher?
yeah.
That's just what they did to Scotty.
They did it way
They
too
wrinkled his
much.
forehead too,
Yeah,
but still.
this is the state of the art exam.
It is that hardy Russian constitution. It protects against this. Old age was invented in Leningrad, then exported.
Ooh, Captain Jet.
So William Shatner never balds, so this thing is already wrong.
I need a picture of old Shatner for reference pulled up.
I don't want to look at old Shatner right now. I'm just enjoying the show.
So,
I mean, Shatner's
well,
fate and like head got much bigger somehow.
Yeah, and there's
So
another
his old
thing about
age,
old Shatner.
like the center of his
has-
face hasn't changed, but
right.
yeah.
He has this crease in the center of his eyebrows, exactly. And then I was like, where did that crease come from? Because I mean,
and I'll
he's-
post a
he-
picture in the general chat just so everybody can reference the same image. You can see the crease and everything.
I was like, I just hope I never get that crease.
So old Shatner still has hair. I mean, it might be fake hair,
No, it's probably transplanted from the back of his head.
but
That
it's
was a
his
surgery we've
skin
had
mostly
since
that
the
went.
90s.
His skin's all mottled.
I mean,
So let's see if they predict that here.
they flattened his hair to show that he's like losing it. Yeah, that's the first thing you got to do is like you got to grow out your hair to cover up the bald spots. If you're not going to go with the surgery route.
It's just complexion looks really weird. Everyone's complexion looks really weird.
I think James Doohan dies at 82.
Bones
so
looks dead.
he ain't too bad. He also had a kid very late.
Wait, is that a nurse?
James Doohan aged just fine. No, that's the endocrinologist, I think.
You know, he doesn't look
Yeah.
too bad. All told. The
DeForest Kelly.
yeah, he doesn't have the same weird random modeling that other people have.
Yeah, it's true. He did age gracefully.
No, I mean I'm talking about the makeup, but yeah.
Oh, okay. This thing is sad. She's like a husk of her former self.
And your couch is an ugly color. There's no natural light in this room. And you need some plants.
How old is Kirk supposed to be?
It's
I
30
feel
years
like-
every day. So he aged 15 years, I guess, at this point.
No,
I
I
think-
mean like naturally.
I think he's supposed to be like late 30s.
He's 26 right now, I think.
There's no
he can't
way.
be. He just said he was
Shatner's-
10 years older than the other character, who was, not a teenager.
Well, I started typing in how old is, and it said Gordon Ramsay is 57, in case you were curious.
Yeah, he's starting to fall apart.
He is 32 years old in season 1.
Okay, thanks. Picard was the youngest captain ever of the Stargazer at like 27.
And then Captain Kirk in the Kelvin timeline was like 14 when he became captain.
Yeah.
Is she in Starfleet? What is she wearing? Is this a Counselor Troy thing going on?
Mm-hmm. No, she might be civilian because when the Commodore says let's go back to the starbase, he says we have plenty of facilities on the ship. So she's like just like a local scientist.
Logical organ is something, of course, you hear at Vulcan churches.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of old flings come back in Star Trek. The Man Trap was McCoy's old fling. Imzadi's their old fling.
You said the older woman. Come on, Gene. What's this about?
I fell in love with someone else, but now I'm back in love with you. I'm not gonna buy that.
Is this
sorry.
the best place for this conversation?
I think the crew just knows what's up with Kirk.
Yeah.
I had a coworker.
And we just established you like older men, therefore.
I had a coworker, and he left, but everyone used to tell me, "Oh, he's such a great guy," because he was there longer than me. But then I said, "Yeah, he was a nice guy, but you couldn't get his attention if there was a beautiful girl in the room." So, people just know to leave people like that alone when they're talking to who they want to talk to. It's not a good thing, though.
Typical Russians. 20,000 perigee isn't a unit, Kirk.
That is painful.
No, what I think he means is 20,000 kilometers perigee of orbit,
Yeah.
which does actually make a lot more sense than the other things which they normally say with orbit, because it means that they are assuming a elliptical orbit, and they're just saying, I want that particular distance at the perigee.
Mm.
Commodore, don't go to the starbase. You're going to infect the people there.
I think they court-martial him here for being forgetful. Well, not court-martial, but it's an official tribunal with the Commodore and the officers. Which they never do in TNG. They don't actually put the captain on a tribunal. That wouldn't be elegant. Shut up, yeoman.
Hmm?
I said shut up. They didn't add that in the episode, but that's what old cantankerous people do.
Are y'all
They don't-
looking forward to being old and cantankerous?
Yeah. Oh
also-
boy.
They don't want to admit they're wrong. he just like hunches over and be like, "I'm still right."
Millennial retirement homes are going to be awesome.
They're gonna be awful.
You can
We're
do
gonna be
so
just like
much Mario Kart. You
Yeah.
could play Call of Duty with all the old people. You could.
I think we have pickleball.
Yeah.
Now.
Nobody wants to play pickleball.
They're gonna have
Pickleball
all
sucks.
pickleball courts.
You know what doesn't suck? StarCraft.
There's that like
Mm-mm.
shuffleboard thing where you like. There's that big granite stone that you also like push with like a broom.
That's boomer retirement. Get out of here.
Anyway. Actually, you know, somebody I just read an article that pointed out TNG's 40 years old, and now that's making me feel old, but that's how like
It's not yet.
yeah,
It's getting there.
it's just about. But the other thing is though, I was watching Star Trek 6 last night, The Undiscovered Country. That was in 1986. So basically, oh, it's 30 years. My math. No, 20 years. So 20 years later, you're still making like movies. And you're still a star, like that old, and you're still a star. Kirk had a pretty. Shatner had a great career. What do you think about it?
What even was Shatner's career? He did Star Trek and then
The
commercials.
Boston Public and Priceline.com. Yeah.
So Boston Legal.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, Boston Legal. But what I'm saying is, oh, look, like imagine you do a TV show, you know, that was founded by, you know, Lucy, and 20 years later, you're starring in like 6 movies, major
Wait,
motion.
20,000 mile perigee?
Yeah.
Miles?
Yeah, isn't 10,000 miles where gravity stops really taking effect? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, let me shut up. Feet.
Kirk's just mean when he's old.
I mean, that's just Shatner, though. He's quite accurate.
Well, Shatner was mean when he was young, too.
True.
As you were, Mr. Sulu.
Something really cool I saw, because a lot of times like Alzheimer's patients will try to like escape the facility they're in. So they put a fake bus stop and they just wait there, hoping for a bus that's not going to come up. But that at least helps them. And then even in Germany, they created around that a same village.
So what you're saying is there's no such thing as Starbase 10. That's just where they're gonna go hang out to feel important.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an important mission, Starbase 10. We're gonna go and do very important Starfleet things. You can hang
That's
out
my
there for a
retirement home.
while, patrolling the area, yes.
That'll be my retirement. It's like I have to go back to Starbase 10.
Oh, it's not a
He's
magician.
not a magician.
Nimoy ages the best because obviously he's Vulcan.
Mr. Nimoy is looking very spooky these days.
Okay.
Assuming he wasn't cremated. Was he cremated or is he a spooky skeleton?
Yeah.
Nimoy. I mean, Jews are usually buried.
I'm
That's
trying to
true.
Google his graves. Okay, yes, he was buried. Next to a lovely footbridge.
The Commodore is citing a good policy where the captain's condition can't be less than perfect.
Is this the one example of like a good admiral? What is
Yeah.
this guy's talking sense? Like,
Yeah.
no, just
This guy,
come
this
on,
guy's the
he's
voice of
clearly
reason in this episode.
incapable.
I mean, frankly, they just have to repeat themselves twice. It's not like he ordered the ship to like crash into the planet or something.
Why doesn't the Commodore take command?
Yeah, that would make a lot of
It
sense.
seems like the
Commodore is a
sensible.
lot more reasonable than any of the other Commodores that we've ever seen in Star Trek. He's like, I have such deep respect for Trek that I'm
Right.
not going to force anything.
Right.
No, you should definitely force something.
No, I really
It's true.
should.
He should take command. This is the one time where he should actually take command.
Yeah.
But
I think 2 weeks ago we had the Commodore taking command, even though it wasn't his business to take command. Spock had to like remove him from the chair.
Is a hearing really necessary?
We have
Yeah.
a little more time for this episode, so yes.
Well, that's
This episode's only halfway
TOS
through.
episodes are always very drawn out.
This episode's only halfway through. We need a hearing. What I'm saying, but in TNG, the only people who got hearings were like Data for himself and Lol, and the Timothy Tarsus guy.
Oh, is she dead?
She croaked.
She looks pretty dead. Yep, she counts. 23 deaths.
Actually, women live longer. She should have outlived all of you.
I mean, it's enough statistical variation that it,
No, just for insurance
I
company
mean, have you
purposes.
seen Bill Shatner? He's 92.
yeah, but it's like the difference is what 3-4 ages, 3-4 years.
Yeah, 2
out of-
years. 2 years, really. Yeah.
So
True.
not like it's that.
True.
Yeah.
True. I'm saying we got 4 guys, and the woman croaked first.
Well,
But,
okay, one of them's a Vulcan. One
mhm.
of them is William Shatner, who's just really old anyway.
Yeah, James Doohan lived a beautiful age too. So you're right.
One of them is McCoy, who in TNG
Yeah.
lived to like 150 or something.
42 he was 24 at 124.
We don't
Oh,
actually
yeah,
know when
we're
he died.
counting-
We just know he's still alive.
Yeah.
And Encounter and Fall at Firepoint.
As far
Yeah.
as we know, he never died.
Yeah, I mean, neither will Shatner.
So yeah, I'm counting Lieutenant whoever Dead
Mhm.
Meat,
Mhm,
because she died as a result of being on away team, even though she's not on
Right.
the away team now.
She went down there,
Yeah,
contracted the
that's
condition, then came
that's
up.
definitely an away team death.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And she wasn't a main character, so we knew she was gonna die.
Well, she could have survived. That
Like,
does
you're-
happen sometimes.
Your chances of surviving are very low if everyone on the away team,
So-
everyone else on the away team is.
Kirk's skin doesn't really make him look old so much as dehydrated. His skin is very... It's a
Mm,
different kind of wrinkly.
I don't want to think about. Okay, one thing I will say is, I once saw on this stupid show about a shallow mother. She said anger causes wrinkles, and she was just trying to calm herself so she doesn't need more Botox later. So I do try to avoid staying angry so I don't get wrinkles. But-
You don't
I
get
mean,
to
it's
call
also-
someone shallow for using reasoning and then use the same reasoning for yourself.
Okay, maybe I'm a little shallow myself. But so avoid getting angry, but I do not want to think
There's
about
also
things that are
better
wrinkles.
reasons to work on your anger issues.
Yeah.
Like just
And look,
It's just like
worst
comments.
case scenario, you don't get old.
It's just because whatever frown lines you have, they're going to like work into your face when you get old. So
is that really a thing?
you're making me frown.
That's something people tell each other for sure. Just
I'm-
live
Yeah.
your life, dude.
I'm just permanently cheery because I have this youthful purity to my
mean-
face, as someone once said.
Oh, even Spock is getting a little more raspy.
And we're all gonna get wrinkles. And you said spotted or something. We're gonna get that too. We're gonna get really mottled skin, but we can Photoshop it out, unlike people older than us.
I mean, I don't know if you know how Photoshop works, but You can't
If-
Photoshop your own face.
No,
like
no, no.
real
Here's
life
what we
face.
do. By the time we're all old, we're all going to have our augmented reality glasses, and it's
Mhm.
just going to
There
filter
we go.
people in real time.
That'll work good. That'll work good. Thanks, Ryan.
So it's not a virus, it's comet radiation. Because if it was a virus, it wouldn't just be the people on the away team.
Yeah, that's what it was. Radiation makes you old, by the way.
I can't believe this is how
it-
Starfleet codes work, though.
It destroys.
They broke code 2, switch to code 3. They broke code 3. Code 4, then. What happens if they break code 4? Code 5. What is wrong with Scotty? His hair's not even white. It's like bleach blonde.
Um. ED is another function of age. Oh, I love this
Look, have you been
computer.
paying attention to the episode? The rapid aging thing is the whole point.
I love this computer. This computer is like, oh, I know how old you really are, not how old you present yourself. You know, probably all my cholesterol and everything would show up. Like, yeah, you're at 70 because you're so out of shape.
I don't know. I feel like we need a competency hearing for Dr. McCoy before we can have him testify at a competency hearing for Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
And then we also need a competency hearing for Spock to, I mean, prosecute's not the right word, but, you know.
That's
So
why they
they don't-
shouldn't send the whole ass bridge crew on away missions.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they didn't have computers in the society because it's like you can't trust a machine.
If everybody here dies, they're going to have to give control of the ship over to Beta Shift.
Yeah.
Fucking Beta Shift.
Sorry, Soma, I think I spoke over you.
I was just saying that they shouldn't send all the bridge crew on a away mission ever.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I mean, they have it
One
in,
thing I liked
in
about Battlestar
TNG.
Galactica is that they just had the giant cast that they needed in order to not send the bridge crew on things.
They established in TNG though, right? Like only the first officer can lead an away mission. The captain can never go.
They introduced that rule specifically because in TOS it was stupid.
Yeah. I mean, they still shouldn't send as much of the bridge crew as they do on Next Gen. Like it.
Yeah, true.
It's just Captain Picard's not allowed to go. Everybody else, Worf, Data, Riker, Troy
Right.
sometimes,
Expendable.
Geordi, everybody but the captain.
Crusher.
Did they introduce that rule because in TOS it was stupid, or because it would look weird with Captain Picard being an action hero?
Yeah.
The old man.
He's too dignified. No, I
He's
mean
too old.
No, he wasn't old then.
He looks old though. We know this.
Yeah, I mean,
It would look weird to see
he's
him doing action stunts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about Picard. Patrick Stewart. Someone said he made on like TV Guide or something. He made baldness sexy again. But yeah, he does an amazing job of being vigorous yet bald. I wouldn't consider Patrick Stewart old in TNG season 1. They're young.
Older than Kirk.
They're so young though.
Yes, Captain. Go on.
Finished your speech.
Seriously, look at his skin. He just looks parched. He looks like he's drying in a desert.
If you put
They probably
armors
wouldn't
on-
let them make him look actually old.
Oh, I
vain.
see the problem. He can't remember that he's not remembering stuff. Nope. No, Kirk, it definitely matters.
It's making me think of George W. Bush.
Mhm.
We're running a
He's-
country that answered a bunch of darn full questions.
I mean, I don't disagree with him. It's a bit of a
Alright.
fool thing to do to have this hearing.
Yeah, but
Right.
You leaving
yeah,
or what?
just remove him or keep him, but there's no need for the whole drawn out hearing. I guess
It's like a much more boring version of the Cade Mutiny.
He
no, the
basically just
idea
spent 5 years in this hearing.
but the thing is though, they wanted to do everything on paper and by the book. They didn't want to like unilaterally
Oh, that's
move
why
him
he.
from the chair.
That's
Will
why
you
he
give
didn't just
Sulu
take over.
command?
I like how Star Trek Picard does it though. All the young people are like assimilated by the Borg, and like now they kill all the boomers. It's like age warfare.
I'm picturing Q. Remember in the pilot he said, they kill all the lawyers, which was done. We killed all the boomers.
In Pol Pot, they like Cambodia, they killed all the educated people, which is like the university professors and the economists and the lawyers. They were bourgeois people who weren't useful for farm labor.
Commodore, what's his face?
So smart.
I'm pretty sure the next person who's actually in line is Uhura.
Oh my god, that would have been a controversial episode.
But yeah, that's never
Yeah.
going to happen in this show.
Even it takes till Star Trek 6 for Sulu to get his own command.
Oh, don't be racist again. Okay, good. I thought he was going to use like a Vulcan slur.
Half blood.
I guess that's more a McCoy thing. But I mean, he is
Yeah.
old now.
No, in season 1 he calls him half blood at least twice.
But that was
Kirk
just in
does?
an episode to like deliberately provoke him because there was
Mhm.
some virus cured by anger.
But then he says mongrel also. But
Yeah, this doesn't look anything like old Shatner.
yeah, old people are always think they're right. He's doing this pretty good. But you know, I gotta say, I once worked for like 2 weeks at a kidney dialysis place. My job was just to fill their prescriptions, or collect what their prescriptions would be. So, you know, your kidneys have failed, but I gotta say, I'm talking to most of those people, like 70, 80 kidneys need blood filtered every 3 times a week. Their brains were fine. Like I talked to a older lady from who told me how she was in Havana in the 1950s, and I told her I wish I lived your life because that was really the place to be, Cuba in the 50s. But so even if your body's failing, you
Isn't there
could
a
totally.
revolution?
That was the 60s. So
I don't know if you want to hang out in Cuba in that era.
before that, was the place to be. It was like a lot of culture and dancing.
Is that the revolution where they dragged a corpse through the street? Mutilated corpse?
I'm not sure, but I think it's I always like to see people whose like mind is just as sharp, basically, or pretty well retained, even though not everybody turns into like a forgetful child. Some of them still have their sense, or actually, you can even see the intelligence in their eye, I would say.
So it's 40 minutes into the episode, and they're only just starting to think how this could have happened.
They're old, Ryan. Give them a break. This is not our heroes at their
They
peak.
weren't old at the start of the episode.
Like,
They just didn't seem to care. They were just, well, we're old now. I guess there's nothing we can do about it.
yeah, they were like, hey, isn't this fun?
Oh, his voice is getting very similar to his TNG old man voice. He's getting more southern. Is that true?
No.
I've never heard that. Like, I've heard
We-
iodine for radiation poisoning.
So this was the 60s, so it was very early into radiation research treatment.
Okay. I mean, because we do inject people with adrenaline when they need like their blood pressure to go up, for any kind of reason. So it's an accepted medical thing. I've never heard it for radiation. But McCoy got the answer. Also, it's very hard to synthesize adrenaline.
No, what you do is you kidnap a bunch of children,
Mm-hmm.
subject them to all sorts of torturous things, and you harvest the adrenaline from their blood, inject it into yourself to make yourself
I
young
really-
again.
What I really don't understand about all of this thing with the neutral zone is every single time that the Enterprise or any Federation ship goes towards the neutral zone, there's always Romulans inside the neutral zone.
Yeah, the
Mhm,
Romulans cross it all the
mhm,
time.
Yeah. The Romulans can cross the neutral zone with impunity. The Federation
TOS
never can.
and TNG.
Never can the Federation cross into the neutral zone. That's an act of war. But it's not an act of war for Romulans to come onto our territory.
I think officially it is an act of war for the Romulans. It's just that the Federation
No.
really don't want to fight.
They just roll over.
Yeah.
Really, what they're doing is appeasement.
There's
if we
no
just let the
neutral zone.
Romulans have the neutral zone, it'll be fine.
The Romulans know the Federation's not going to start a war. Like, there's a whole TNG episode even about how the Romulans cross over just to pick up their spy, and they have them deliver their spy to them.
Oh, fear of losing his ship that's going to spike his adrenaline, and then that'll turn him young again.
Ah. That sounds.
How does the hair go gray when it's not growing? Doesn't hair like go gray at the root and then?
Mhm.
That's a good question.
Oh, jeez.
Kirk, I'm
So-
not sure what you can
We all
really do
know
to
Han
help.
takes the first shot.
The Enterprise is going to be destroyed, and the Federation still won't go to war. Like what?
I don't get how this is supposed to help with the Romulan problem.
We need Kirk on the bridge.
Because the whole problem is that
Do we?
someone incompetent is in charge.
Yeah,
But
Like-
it does seem like the damage is done already.
Kirk's the only one who won the Kobayashi Maru, so now we got 3 bird of
Stop.
praise.
Stalker, do you want to fire back?
Is it Bird of Prey? Is it or Birds of Prey?
I think it's Birds of Prey.
Yeah, it is. It's like attorneys general.
Or, Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Okay, but did it reverse?
So she's the endocrinologist, but Spock came up with the serum. Why are you asking so?
Shields. Well, do you have alternatives, Mr. Stalker? Because you haven't tried firing yet.
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting curved shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Curveball.
So there's now 4 birds of prey. The Enterprise doesn't have shields. They haven't fired back. I still don't see how Captain Kirk is going to fix this situation. It feels like they're
Kobayashi Maru.
screwed.
Kobayashi Maru. There is our handsome devil.
Oh, 10 birds of prey.
We saw 3 on screen. The funny thing is,
Oh,
though,
he's
that's
just going to leave. Yeah, just leave.
that 10 birds of prey in this series is equal to like 1 Dideridix.
It's a trick, Uhura, you get it?
You know, my best friend
Oh,
was
it's the
in
Corbomite maneuver again,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah. My best friend was in the Israeli military, and he told me that one of the ways they won the 73 war was that they didn't have enough tanks against the Syrians, so they
Ah!
just radioed each
They're
other.
even using the same.
Corbomite.
Tank 1 to tank 2, tank 2 to tank 3, tank 3 to tank 4, tank 5 to tank 6, tank 6 to tank 7. And the enemy thought they had more tanks than they did, and they avoided the encounter.
At this point, people must be trying this all the time. Like,
He only said 200,000 kilometers, though. That's like nothing in space. They can just back off a little.
It
probably
reminds me of
keep
how
Keep
firing.
firing. Yeah.
it reminds me of how in the Enigma or the movie with Alan Turing, played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
What are the people they were trying to save?
Yeah, but it's like even if you know the code, you can't use all the information you have. It's a messed up decision.
Uhura, send a new message to Starfleet Command. Message,
See, you
lol
guys are
JK.
asking, why do we need Kirk on the
Yeah.
bridge? Why do we need Kirk on the bridge? This is why. No one could think their way through a tricky situation the way my man
He wouldn't
Captain
have to think their way through if he'd shot his way through in the first place.
my man Captain Kirk, who got the adrenaline to cure himself of old age disease. Radiation.
It still throws me off that McCoy isn't actually old here. Like, the actor isn't old.
Right.
He just looks old.
He's older than the rest of them, that's why. But
Maybe it's just his hair. He has old man hair.
that was all the rage.
Seriously, who is this lady? Is she a member of Starfleet or not? Who? I still don't know who this
I don't
is.
remember.
She's the endocrinologist.
But why is she here? Is she
I think she was traveling with the Tormentor.
just hanging out?
I don't know exactly, but
It doesn't matter. She doesn't exist.
They're
Alright,
about
so
to-
only one person died
Oh
to the
no! Do you
old radiation.
do you remember? But like, she had a fling with him, and then she got married to someone else, and now that guy's dead. So she was trying to throw herself at Kirk. She's Kirk's old
Yeah,
friend.
but why was she there? That wasn't.
Yeah. Because Kirk's
He was
banged
hanging
every
out.
girl at the academy. That's why.
That doesn't answer the question. She was there because she was there. So, next episode Obsession is about the evil cloud that Kirk needs to take revenge on for some reason. It's literally Captain Ahab, but with a cloud instead of a whale.
Okay. We had the Doomsday Machine, which did something similar.
I'm trying to think of anything else I remember, and the answer is nothing. There's some circular device. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Ryan, do you like the original series better now that you've watched it in sequence with us?
No.
Like, do you appreciate the quality of the cinematography more?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Or plots?
No.
Okay.
No, it's still just as jank as I remembered it being.
Okay. I find it so much more.
Oh my
richer.
god. Spock's using a gun. Wow, that's a
think
really
it's-
loud gun. Jesus.
I think it's a great show, and I wouldn't even say
The
like,
cloud.
and plus, it just got better. Like, I don't understand how Gene Roddenberry put lightning in a bottle twice with TNG. I mean, he didn't because TNG really wasn't his, but yeah.
It got better once he
I don't
was
know.
in charge.
Season 1. Yeah, season 1 is very Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah.
Like, and true, and he didn't even want Patrick Stewart to
Oh,
be
wait.
Picard.
We're getting background about his hatred of the cloud.
Yeah. Oh, the
So
I don't
smell.
smell anywhere.
The smell cues him into the
A
murderous
smelly
cloud.
smell that smells smelly.
I remember when I was a kid, I watched an Indian movie, and the murderer would take chlorophyll, and he would gas,
Chlorophyll or chloroform?
chloroform. Sorry, and
Chlorophyll is different.
knock out his victim before killing them.
I shoved a
And
handful of grass in my victim's face.
one one of the survivors always smelled that chloroform. It's like, I know that smell. That's the murderer. So that's how they figure out.
Maple.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like, this guy has a horrible allergic reaction to.
He was killed same as the others. Oak leaves.
See, it's
Kirk,
that
why
chemical smell.
are you obsessing so much over the smell?
He's like a mouse. So it's funny
What
because it's
happened
almost
11 years ago?
is this Kodos the killer? But it said you smell him instead of.
I'm guessing middle
Seeing
guy's
him
gonna
like before.
die, and then one of the two others. But I'm not saying which.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know which.
redhead always dies first.
I would say
Most
the
really bad
guy
guy
on the
dies, no die.
left. Middle
Sorry,
and left is my guess.
I wasn't trying to say anything about redheads.
That's right. It's mine. Especially where the smoke is at the moment.
Mm. No, this redhead's really curious.
So one of them's about to die off screen. There's going to be a yell. Oh,
They both
are they
die.
both going to? Oh, it was both of them.
Not the redhead.
And we don't know that they're dead yet. They might be okay. He's got a gun. All three of them. $26.
Wow. He told them to use gun on cloud.
If you were at the start of the stream and you thought I was joking about Evil Cloud, I was not.
Oh, I didn't.
It's the same kind of effect that we see in the companion, but it just has a lot more sparkles and glitter going on.
So how
Nice.
come the
That's
redhead
clearly
didn't
still
get drained
got
of
his
his
normal skin
chlorophyll?
color compared to the other two.
Oh, no,
Oh,
redhead's
there.
alive. He's fine. Only 25 deaths.
Poor
Why
Kirk.
can't it? No, we've already met several evil clouds, Kirk. It's not a big deal. Just leave. Frankly, this is his fault. Once he strongly suspected what was going on, he should have just left. They were going to leave anyway. They were about to beam out, and he's like, no, we have to hunt it down. No, just leave.
Do good from orbit.
So do you guys like tortillas?
Say again?
Yeah.
They're nice.
Tortillas, yes or no? Flour or corn?
Oh.
Flour.
I feel like I should have an opinion here, but I don't.
Ugh. Clearly the answer is porque no los dos.
I do miss easy access to Mexican food.
Do they not have Mexican food over there so far away from Mexico?
You can get it kinda, but like
Kinda.
good.
Like Taco Bell
Yeah.
style Mexican food?
Yeah, basically, you just can't get good avocados, so it's often disappointing.
Well, you can do without avocado, but do you get limes? There should be limes.
I think limes are gettable. I don't think that's limiting factor. It's also just sort of all second hand because of course it's imitations of American imitations of Mexican food.
I mean, if you get like Mexican food in Texas, does that count as Mexican food? Because it used to be Mexico.
Fair
It's
enough.
ours now.
I don't understand why Yorktown can't just go and deliver them. Yorktown is a Constitution class ship, same with the Enterprise.
Because it's not the Enterprise. What do you mean? Well, apparently not, McCoy. No, to be fair, I use that. I definitely use that phrasing sometimes. Like when something goes wrong with software at work, it's like, no, that's literally impossible. That cannot have happened. Do we think he's going to survive the episode, Ensign Rizzo? I think he's going to make
I
it.
mean, he's now a mauve shirt, so like he's got a name that definitely makes it possibility either way.
Are we sure that was 1cc? Because that was a long spray.
Yeah.
Buried alive. Yeah, that's because of the lack of iron in your blood. It's a very common symptom.
Yeah.
Just give him a supplement, he'll be fine. Don't lead the witness. Let him describe it himself. What does that mean? How's he supposed to answer that? I guess NTOS people are telepathic, kinda. Because you put the idea in his mind. You literally said, "Do you smell this exact thing?" And he said, "Yes."
Yeah.
It feels weird that they're putting Vaseline on this sickbay shot.
Yeah.
Oh, Kirk, just leave. Why are you even on this planet? Just leave. Suppose your sensors were malfunctioning. Suppose you are terrible at scanning things. Suppose it has a cloaking device. No, Kirk, it's not. God. It's not an alchemy creature. A plot character? Garavik. Why do I know that name? Oh, no, I know that name from KOTOR 2. Never mind. Different guy. Is he dead? Can I increase the counter? 26? Yes! 26 deaths.
Well,
We've
Bob
done
sure
it.
didn't make it. That was quicker than I thought.
Emphasis on were, good friends. Phaser 2s? Is that... Well, we have three kinds of phasers. We have the little baby phaser. We have the one that looks like a weird pistol. And we have the rifle. Which one is... Okay, looks like phaser 2 is the pistol one. Much more iconic Star Trek imagery going on here than in Season 1. Captain Kirk surrounded by red shirts with phaser pistols.
Yeah.
Why are you even
Definitely
here?
a hot
Just
glue
leave.
gun.
No, Kirk, just leave. I don't even want to use gun in this case. Just leave.
That's very unlike you, man. What's going on? What's into you?
I want them to use the gun in a situation where
Yeah.
things are happening to them. But they're just putting themselves back into danger when they'd already left.
Are there any like inhabitants on this planet, like people who are actually in danger from
I
it?
don't think so.
Could they just remember that there's a dangerous thing on this planet and then not go there again?
Garavik, do you want to fire? Remember the orders to fire? Yes. Okay. Garavik shot them. It was murder most foul. It was Garavik on set stage 4 with the phaser. Dang, this episode is really driving up the counter.
Yeah.
5 already. Oh god, I can see the glue stick. Just ignore that. Ignore it. It's fine.
Oh,
Dang it. Only... Okay. 27. Fine. How big is the crew of this ship? Is it like 150?
They said at one point something like that.
The thing is that if it can move planets, then it is actually a threat, and they do need to deal with it. But they need to confirm that first.
That's not helpful. They keep asking him that. What does that mean? Does Garavik control it? Is he one with the cloud?
He definitely has a vibe about him. Yes, he definitely froze.
Go on. I mean, he wasn't moving that fast. Like, we saw it. No, I think he's in cahoots with the cloud. I don't trust him.
Yeah, he definitely has that. Yeah.
They really need to explain what happened 11 years ago, because I don't get why Kirk is so obsessed with this. There's some backstory here, but they're not explaining it yet. I assume... My guess would be it's like, oh, it was his first away team and he lost the entire team to the cloud.
Yeah. One assumes.
Oh, is the cloud going to come out of the vase or something? Is it going to come out of his eyes? Where's the cloud? I think the cloud is inside him.
Yeah.
What? Do you guys have some gaseous clouds going on in the sky?
It's dark outside, so I can't see them at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, time zones are a thing.
Very annoying thing around this time too. That
What
daylight
do you
saving
mean?
shift is just.
It's early afternoon. It's fine. Do you want to hold a competency hearing, Mr. Spock? Title drop. Oh, the Farragut, his first command.
Are they going to mention Moby Dick? That feels like they still they have to at some point, otherwise we're just going to spend the
Yeah.
whole time going nuts over it. First assignment.
Garevik.
Yep.
Oh. Lieutenant Ahab, you must study this block of sliced cheese.
Yes, computer cheese.
Yes. Cheddar. The most futuristic of cheeses. That's all it looks like to me. Every time I see it, I'm just thinking it looks like cheese. You good, man?
Sorry, just yawning.
No, Kirk.
Oh,
Not you. I don't care if you're doing fine.
that was a little odd that I was audible.
I was saying, Ryan, the picture you chose for William Shatner wasn't too bad. He doesn't have that many.
But his skin.
Yeah. I mean,
And his hair implants.
plugs. You know, like, I wonder how much money William Shatner was making at this point. Because I remember reading about Picard's new autobiography, Patrick Stewart's. And he talks about how it's by season 3 TNG, he was making more money than he ever thought he would as an actor on the Shakespearean stage. So he was rich, technically.
I mean, probably a good amount of money.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
And then I remember reading about watching about when Shatner and Patrick Stewart they originally didn't like each other because obviously Shatner's going to think, well, you're not going to replace me. And they had a 25th anniversary celebration at Paramount, and the two actors did not get along at all, the two captains. But they finally made friends when one day at a Star Trek convention, Shatner asked if he could fly back on Patrick Stewart's plane from LA to California, and then they get to know each other on the flight.
This feels very out of character.
Yeah.
Was this written by... I feel like this was written by someone who only wrote this one episode.
I feel like the idea is, though, that it was a traumatic incident that never comes up again.
Yeah. It was a traumatic incident which has destroyed his rationality a bit for this episode.
Captain Kirk has had like a dozen episodes about how, no, I won't fight you. We won't go to war. Now he's all in on murder. Which normally I would appreciate. But I mean,
yeah,
you can also just leave.
Not actually threatening anyone.
And there's no empirical evidence for it yet, so it's just a figment of his imagination.
Other than the 6 people that are dead.
Yeah, he's just smelling.
But it was also like he knew they would all be drained of blood.
Yeah. That's true. And the smell, like, see, it's like an
It just wants a
unmistakable
drink.
smell. You can't tell someone that they're crazy if they.
It just happened last week.
Yeah, 2 court-martials. Tribunals.
This is the second time in 2 episodes that she's been relieved of command.
Mhm. Or they're tried. One of the ways I test if somebody knows English correctly is if they correctly know that court martial is spelled
Well-
Martial.
Why don't they just
If you-
deliver it and then come back for the creature?
Shut up.
Yeah, I mean,
Or, yeah, why, as mentioned earlier, why doesn't the Yorktown deliver it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really
that way the
should just
episode
be
can
that the
happen.
Yorktown. Yeah. It literally does not make sense that the Yorktown isn't just delivering it.
They're
There's
just
no
hanging out,
reason.
or
man.
a shuttle. Or do
Well,
they have
shuttles-
warp capable shuttles?
I don't think they can
I
warp.
don't think in TOS that
Okay.
the warp capable.
But it
shuttle.
also
Okay.
doesn't matter because, like in TNG, the shuttles can't warp and they still talk about them moving across star systems.
Yeah. And also, like, Kalar travels in this torpedo that, like, and actually Spock does it too. In Star Trek 1, he just shows up in this like probe, faster than light probe.
Would it
Oh,
pose a
okay.
grave threat? Because this still feels to me like one time Kirk went camping and a bear ate his lunch and now he's spending his whole life hunting down a bear. It's like, just leave it alone. It's just doing its thing. Now I'm going to overrule you and continue with my hunt.
And also,
here character is actually a lot more rational than last episode.
yeah, that's the thing. See, if everyone's calling you cray cray, but you're not, you gotta have the
That doesn't. I mean,
doesn't help anyone.
nobody thinks they're cray cray.
Yeah, but sometimes they're wrong. You can't
However, they have now got confirmation that it has the ability to travel through space, and therefore is now essential they follow it.
Oh, okay. That is a much better.
We missed that. Thank you.
It's literally just taken off into space.
It has only killed a few people over the course of over a decade. And then only when they went to its house and started messing with it.
It's true. At least that we know of.
Hey, look, the whale in Moby Dick wasn't malicious either. We just wanted the blubber. You know, Ahab's personification of the whale was kind of in his own head. The whale wasn't actually this monster. But a lot of sailors died.
Jeez, it's
when
way
they-
bigger now.
when they found whales.
You know what? Oh, I figured out what it is. This is from Deep Space Nine. This is the Dal Rock. You guys remember the storyteller? The village had to pull together its psychic energy to fend off the Dal Rock.
Yeah. That was like a special village. O'Brien stumbled into that village, right? Or was it Odo?
That was O'Brien and Bashir.
Okay, thanks. And like they couldn't go past the perimeter. That was another village.
No, it was using CGI to like blow up buildings
Yeah.
until O'Brien, well, actually, until Ryan from Enterprise gave a speech about how the village was strong.
That's
I've
a
done
great
warp
close
six
up.
without issue in previous episodes, so don't get the issue here.
I think that the thing was like, do you stay or do you continue pursuing it? There's like the ship's starting to fly apart or something.
Yeah, but why? Like, it's not a speed that they actually have trouble with normally.
Yeah. They never repeat this, but in Star Trek 6, like the entire Excelsior is shaking, like the bolts are coming loose. And the helm is like, she'll fly apart, sir. He's like, and Sulu says, fly her apart then. It's
So
great
according to
acting.
Memory Alpha, the original Constitution class had a cruising speed of warp 6 and an emergency speed of warp 8.
Mm. All right, cruising speed.
So like they're just on the highway. They're chilling. But I got you this cheddar.
It looks like a yellow floppy disk. Like
Eat the computer cheese.
that's what it is.
Oh, she took it with her.
I heard in like the earliest McDonald's, the waitress would like be on rollerblades and they'd like rollerblade your food to you in your parking lot.
She was lying to him, Doctor.
Oh, and also the original size for Coke was 8 ounces. So when like they upped it to 12 ounces, people were like, "Oh, that's crazy. Who would drink 12 ounces of soda?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
We've got phasers. Do something about it. Phaser show? What do you mean phaser show? Are we not actually going to shoot it? Oh yeah, they're playing the He's Evil music. What did he just do? I mean,
What's that switch? Was it?
it said he switched it, the ventilation system, to bypass mode. So is he like venting the air out of his room now? What's happening?
I guess he just like does he want the AC to come in or no? So there's no AC coming in right now. This cloud's almost Star Trek motion picture also.
I really want to see what this looked like in original graphics. Was it just like a bunch of cotton?
Just totally ignore the crazy guy.
No, maximum spread pattern. We just established it can spread out. No, Kirk, God.
I think he's trying to make it so that it can't necessarily. Now we're about to deflect us.
What if we let it envelop us and then we detonate the warp core? Wait, so that's what bypass mode does? It takes the exterior air or whatever is out there and vents it into the ship? Why is that a toggle? Why is that an option?
Especially one that you could just casually
Accidentally.
hit. Yeah.
Attacked or killed, Scott? Wait, this isn't an away team. It doesn't matter. No, I don't care. Not on away team. Doesn't count. Though we never established what happened to that second person on Garvik's away team. They said one guy was critical, one guy was dying. We never established if the second guy actually died. because you were chasing it, dude. What do you mean?
That whale has it out for me.
So it looks like no, they're not going to mention Moby Dick. They're just going to
Yeah.
let that be implicit.
Demon from hell, I
Isn't
stand
there-
at thee.
Isn't Picard reading a Moby Dick in some episode?
In First Contact.
Oh yeah. See, that's right.
If his chest had been a
They
cannon, he
didn't
would have
waste
shot
the
us on.
opportunity to make that illusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, who gets that angry at a whale? It's just an animal. Leave it alone. Ahab's got some serious psychological issues. I mean, I don't know if this is such a subtle thing that I'm the only one who picked it up from the book, but I think there may have been something wrong with Ahab.
Yeah.
Might have had some subtle
Like-
emotional issues.
Yeah, it's about like how one person's entire purpose gets caught up in one mission.
It and its stupid spout and its flappy tail.
But
Yeah.
it's actually like the Great American Novel because it talks about living life on the sea.
Have you read it though?
I started the first chapter.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because I have tried to read Moby Dick on like 4 occasions. I always get a third of the way through, and then it's just like nothing's happening anymore. What's
I
the
read
point?
I read like an abridged children's version that was like 100 pages as a kid, so I kind of really liked like the entire narrative.
When
It
they
was
cut out
when they cut out
90% of the book.
everything. Yeah. But like it's a really
Because
great
most of the
narrative,
book's
though.
not even about like the actual story. It's basically like a tutorial on how to hunt whales.
Yeah, or like tie a knot to a mast.
Yes,
That can't be
Melville.
interesting. The Perfect Storm was about had quite a bit of like physics stuff in it, but
Like the idea is like you prefer
moderation is key. I think. Yeah.
you prefer to live on the sea. It's just better out there. Like this landlubber stuff is
Is he
like,
mind melding with it?
sucks. Yes.
Yeah.
Or is he
No.
actually trying to hold it in with his hands?
Yeah, he's holding it
I
with
don't
his
know.
hand,
Spock,
true.
what are you doing?
And then he minds meld with
But yeah,
mind.
so what actually happened there was that it was just setting up that it could come through his vent later on.
Mm.
So that little switch in his room wasn't controlling the impulse engines?
Oh man, all that fog.
Oh, they just reversed the footage.
I love the lighting on
What
this.
is
They've done that a lot
holding?
this
Yeah.
episode.
Is that a gun?
I guess that thing. It is the silliest looking thing. There are a lot of silly props on this show, so that's saying something.
Did you successfully mind meld? No? Okay. So it turns out the way to defeat it was not with a gun, but with a vacuum. Garvik, what have you been doing in here? Ah, it communicates by eating people. Yes, very efficient form of communication. Yeah, this really is just the crystalline entity version 1. I wonder if they could just vacuum it into a bag and just leave it. Might be fine. Well, Kirk, you missed. Now you know how it feels. Ineffective? Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to look up who wrote this episode and see if this is their only one. What's it called again? Obsession. Written by Art Wallace. Okay, who's that? He also co-wrote Assignment Earth, which was the Gary Seven, the dude with the cat. Outside of Trek, he is best known for his work on the soap opera Dark Shadows. Okay. I don't understand either, Spock. Oh, were they not even
where the
going to
heart is.
murder it? Nope, no, he is still trying to kill it. Okay. I thought maybe he was like, oh no, it just needs to go back to where it came from, and I'll lead it there. Nope, no, he just wants to murder it in a dramatic spot. I thought he was going to go full Captain Picard.
Well, he still might, but seems less likely now.
So they're... Okay, the plan is to make it do the Rancor thing, where it eats a grenade. Got it. Oh, are we killing Garvik? No, no, no. Garvik's totally going to go down with him. 100%. Negative, Mr. Spock. That's not cathartic enough. Revenge doesn't taste sweet unless you conduct it yourself, Mr. Spock.
Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, Garvik's
Oh,
dead.
Christ.
He needs to sacrifice himself to save Kirk. I got it. This is the same set as when we found the creature before. Come on. It's the same part of the same set.
Wow. How often do they reuse the set in the same episode?
Constantly. No, you see, we can get more powerful because we can get quantum torpedoes, which are like regular antimatter torpedoes, except they're blue. I'm not... So they can beam up now, right? Because isn't it already baited? Yeah, it's already here. Just leave. Beam up and detonates. Come on.
Evil sparkles.
Like Garvik. Personally, I'm hoping this ends like actual Moby Dick, where the whale wins. Oh no, he got karate chopped. Oh, Ensign Garvik's learned his lessons well.
The fight to...
Two notes. One, those didn't look like stunt doubles. That was actually them. And two, when he pushed Garvik against the rock, you could see the bottom of it tilt up off the ground and reveal the actual ground beneath. Oh, styrofoam. Come on, kill Garvik. Do it. Do it, you cowards.
Just gonna make that catastrophic explosion. Why does it matter how close the thing is?
It shouldn't, but don't worry about it. That was a pretty small explosion, really. This is something that's always confused me about transporters too. It happens all the time where the target that they're beaming from is destroyed for a full like 20 seconds before they materialize on the pad. TNG does it a lot with shuttles. DS9 does as well. The shuttle's destroyed and then they beam up.
But technically, they're in the meta-antimatter stream. They've docked them, but they're having to do stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, McCoy. How is Garvik still alive? Or is he going to fall over? No, he's fine.
Wow.
You may thank me, Mr. Scott. Alright, so this episode had 4 people confirmed dead. Another person was critically injured, but we didn't establish that they actually died.
Yeah.
They're probably dead, but we don't know that for sure. Alright, and we will never see Garvik again.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the UV mapping. Look at that sphere.
Hmm.
You can see the lines where the texture is repeating. Alright, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, next week, we have at least one good episode. I don't remember what the others are. Let me look again. So, Wolf in the Fold is going to be the first episode next week. That's the one where Scotty's accused. I think is the one where Scotty's accused of being the Zodiac killer, except
Yeah.
not actually the Zodiac
Yes.
killer. Who was it? Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
He's accused of being Jack the Ripper. And the episode never actually
Wow.
establishes that he isn't. Like, he gets accused of some murder, and then they just... He's not
Man,
found
I
innocent.
lo- I live in the part of London where Jack the Ripper was.
So you're saying
active.
you're
I just-
Jack the Ripper.
Yes, exactly. There's so many rocking tours in my name around here. It's, yeah.
But the second episode next week is The Trouble with Tribbles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
And then finally, The Gamesters of Triskelion, which is just a whole episode where Kirk doesn't put a shirt on the whole time.
Yeah.
He's got some like overall straps, but no actual shirt. It's the one where he has to like fight in an arena, and Skeletor bets on who's gonna win. And there's a lady with very interesting clothing choices.
Good times.
Yeah, that's next week. But for now, we're done here. Everyone go away.